Hey,
neighbor.
what up?
We're outside.
We're joining you live from nature.
In a new neighborhood.
In a
East
new neighborhood.
Lawrence.
Is this east?
This is East Lawrence.
Oh, God, I really don't know my directions, do I? So, wait, I live in west?
Mm-hmm. Deep
Wait,
west.
what?
Yeah, you're a Western Lawrenceian.
Oh, that's so confusing. Okay, so apparently this is this northeast?
No, this is east. Just East
Like
Lawrence.
central? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that blew my mind for a second. Yep, in our surroundings right now, we've got a compost heap. We're at a coffee shop that's very local.
Yet to be named.
And
Because we don't take sponsorships.
definitely not. Although if you're willing to give me free coffee, I'll definitely give your name out. I can be bought.
Yeah, to be clear, we
Easy.
take sponsorships.
Yeah,
We
I
just-
can be bought real easy.
I've been working on my sponsorship voice.
There was this podcast I listened to where they did that. Like, it was so obvious because they're like, oh, let's take a minute to talk about coconut oil. So, blah, 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 blah. And I use
Coconut
it
oil.
every day.
Yeah.
So, it's
I'm ready for the cash flow for this, right?
right. Or just free coffee.
Free coffee's good too.
I can be purchased. So if you're interested, please message us if you're willing to give me free coffee.
Hashtag waiting to be sponsored.
Hashtag coffee. Hashtag IV. Hashtag addict. You know, I feel like
addict.
I do feel like some people though have missed the point of the. Have you seen them where they're like half a paragraph is a hashtag? I'm like,
Guilty.
It's it's supposed to be a topic, not like a. Because I feel like it's like
It's a net.
they're replacing parentheses with hashtags. That's not how that works. You know what I mean? Like when you have a thought and then
No, but-
parentheses, you put AKA da 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 da, and then that's what the. I don't know.
No, I think it's like also working with the algorithms and like the searches that people do online. That's how you're supposed. I mean, that's how I see
get
it.
that, but girl, no one's hashtag is going to be hashtag my baby is 5'2" and graduating and like it just is a run-on sentence.
Okay,
What
I have
algorithm
not
is
seen that. I am not guilty of that. Okay,
Right,
That's true. Yeah,
literally like hashtag
like just make a sentence.
2 cups and a spoon in the sink are wet. That's what algorithm is going to get to that. I don't know math at all, but I know it is not going to go that detailed.
Right, you're the only one posting hashtag my baby lost a tooth on Tuesday, November the 18th, and I
That
am
one.
going to go to the dentist now because I'm freaking out.
And it's all one hashtag.
One hashtag blessed.
And so then when you click on that hashtag, they're the only posts on that hashtag.
I feel like it's a
But
lot of.
wouldn't it be great if they found someone else through that?
Oh my God, I can't.
I feel like it's mostly aunties doing that on like Insta or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
I bet I could go to my Facebook right now or my Instagram right now. And then like at the bottom of their post is literally half a mile worth of just random posts, like random topics. I'm like, this isn't even related.
I feel
But
like
it's cool.
it's like
however,
a thirst trap. Like,
Yeah, I just get
like a
confused.
hashtag trap.
And I'm not even one to talk because I don't even know. I never used hashtags because I didn't know what they were.
Right.
I thought it was just like this, like,
A pound sign. You call it the pound sign, I bet.
yes, the number sign.
The number sign.
But
It's a hashtag mom.
right.
Mimi, do you know what a thirst trap is?
Is it a person?
No.
'Cause
Well,
sometimes
yes,
I can be
a
thirsty.
A person is a thirst trap, but it's usually a person that's on like social media showing a little bit, but not a lot.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
And
I'm
it's
on.
who's like a really good example of a thirst trap? The guy from Queer Eye, from the Straight Guy,
Which
or
one?
Queer Eye? I mean, Anthony.
Is that
you-
the one that's like, yes, queen, all the time?
No.
Okay.
That's Jonathan.
There's too many of them. I don't
There's
know.
literally 5.
That's too many.
Well, the one that does the food, his Instagram.
Oh, that one, but he's
cute.
He's so quiet.
He's cute.
Like, I only
you should see him on the internet because he's like, ooh.
yeah. If he yeah, because I just I forget he's there because the other one is such a dominant personality. Like, yes, queen.
I think he's everyone's
slay.
favorite.
Yeah, because he's so vocal. And then the other guy, I'm British and I'm gorgeous and I know everything about clothing.
I love Tan. He's a little problematic. He's a little bitty problematic.
It's so weird because it's like semi-conservative in a way, but so I'm glad that they're learning a little bit about other
cultures
walks of life or something. I don't know.
Other Georgians.
Georgia.
Are they all from Georgia though? Not all of them are.
I don't know.
So they're in Kansas City now.
Really?
Yeah, filming for season 3.
Oh wow, season 3.
Let's
When
put
did that happen?
let's put Joel in it.
Yeah.
You came into my life.
But then I'd pick, it'd be 2 on purpose though. They would know it's a setup. Because like I'd pick all the places of my house that I want redone. And then
The kitchen.
Let's start with the bathrooms, actually. Turns out that was worse than the actual kitchen.
No
Water
way.
damage, yo.
Mold is real.
Seal, yo, cracks. Seriously. Mold is and mildew. I aged at least 2 decades just getting a house because now that's what I talk about. And I'm also trying to garden. You know, the thing where you put plants in soil and water it.
And grow them.
And they don't die. Oh, a train.
Yeah, there's a lot of trains on this side of town.
Yeah, that's
I
true. We're
hear
right.
the train rolling.
Woo woo.
So we have a shout out to give.
Oh, we do have a shout out to
a
give.
train shout out.
But besides that, we are going to give a shout out to George.
Jungle. You remember that guy?
I mean, no.
One of our listeners or followers on Facebook messaged us George. And we don't know who George is. I know a George. I know a couple of Georges.
I feel like we all know a George.
we know a George. We're just saying,
You
hey,
know a George too, or a Jorge or something.
Jorge. Maybe
Which-
she meant Jorge. Oh.
No, but she did spell it.
George.
Yeah,
I knew a George that his name was George,
Yeah,
but his mom called him Jorge. Even though it's spelled like George. Like the most Anglo
Really?
George.
you know, I really didn't understand how George is pronounced. Like, I kept trying to say, because I think someone was named Jeffrey, but spelled with like the GEO, and it blew my mind because it was like GEOPHRY, and I was like, I have no idea.
What are they naming these kids?
I don't know.
That's
This
killing
is when
me.
I was growing up, though, and
Yeah,
like
the first time I saw that when I was a kid, I was like,
Right?
Geoff?
Like,
What?
is this short for geography? I don't know. I mean, hey, it's
Why did
cool,
your
but-
mom name you that?
Right, and then it's confusing to me because
I mean, I don't dislike the name George. I just don't understand the spelling.
There's a lot of things I don't understand, and then when people
There's
use.
a lot of things that I don't understand.
But listen, like when people say that, oh, that's a normal name, I'm like, okay,
Normal to who, bish?
exactly. Like, don't come after.
My grandma's name is Jesus.
I was gonna say, what about? Is it Maria de Jesus? Because I know
They call her. They call her
Everyone is-
Doña Chuy.
everyone's Maria something. Oh my God.
Maria de los pelos.
Like, you're almost like, if you say it, you're almost calling out the entire town.
Maria.
Yes.
Yeah.
200 people turn around.
Even the men.
Right. Jorge de Maria de la Concepcion or something. I'm making this up. I don't know anyone that's called that one, but
But I mean,
But it could be.
Yeah, we can Google it, and I'm sure you might find a Maria Jorge.
right. Someone.
Yeah,
It's gotta
I
be.
knew a lot of guys named Guadalupe.
That's true. Yeah.
We called them Lupe.
But Lupe is like, that's also very, and one of those names that could be,
It's
what do you call
androgynous,
it?
yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Or yeah. It's not. It's like a non-binary name, but it's interesting because in Spanish, everything is binary
There was a friend of mine who
or allegedly binary. I
somebody
don't know.
asked her what the origins of her name was, and it was like it was based off of her grandmother's name, which is like Janie. And so her name was spelled ZH. So it's like a slight variation of the J sound. So it's like Janie, like with the ZH. But, you know, she is also black. So the guy was like saying, coming after her, saying, so okay, so it is like actually based off of a name. I thought it was just a made up name. And I'm like, whoa, bro, like all of our names are made up. All of them.
What about like Braxton? Like that's a quickie name kids have. Chet. Like
Right.
some of that shit sounds made up to me. Fuck you for your normalcy. Like, it's so racist when people say that. Like, is that made up?
And I was like, no.
You didn't choose from the list of approved names?
Literally, that's what I thought of.
Jason.
Jeffrey. What if we spell your name with a G? What you gonna do about it? That's the things I think about. Like, does no one think about this before you say the things that are on your head? The fact that none of these names make any sense.
Because they're normalizing themselves above others.
Basically.
Duh. Because they're racist. Because that's what they've been, like, raised to believe.
I suppose. And
Your name is weird. You don't deserve a job or housing or anything. That's real.
That's what happens on the playground, though. Like, you have those genes, so you can't swing with us.
My sister almost named her kid, like, Maxie or Maxine. And I'm like, girl, you want her to be Maxie Pad?
Oh, but my sister's name is her middle name. It's not even her given name. She goes by, I think her grandmother's name is Maximina. And so
that's a beautiful name.
It is a beautiful name, but she changed it now again. So she just got married. So her new name is nothing like her birth name.
Sorry.
So she almost created a new identity. Well, actually, she probably did.
She got a new social too, I bet.
No, she kept that, but you can just change your name on your social security number.
I would get a new one. Sell it to somebody else. Like, hey, honey, here, you want a job?
Can you have my debt?
Take my debt, please.
Again, I can be bought. You can take me to bankruptcy for all I care if you want my social security number.
Good luck. And don't fuck it up.
I did already, so there's not much else you can do. Just might be a mama. I did want to give an update on our original neighbor, our mutual neighbor.
Oh, yeah.
Ricky.
The podcast is named after, sort of.
It is. I don't know. Have we told the story before?
It's on the Lost episodes, but basically...
As a refresh.
Yeah, I think we did upload that kind of story of how he would always be like, hey, neighbor. Hey, neighbor.
Come to my barbecue.
Come to my barbecue. It's my birthday. He was always celebrating something in the summer.
And his birthday was legit.
Yeah. And the man knew how to make some ribs and some barbecue shit. Like, he's from the South, so the food was lit. Like, I think he was lit dead, though. Are we not saying lit anymore?
I don't know. I'm too old for that.
Okay.
Donald Trump Jr. used lit in a tweet, so...
Oh, gross.
The
Okay, yeah,
dead.
It's dead now.
The barbecue was hot.
Poppin'.
So you saw Ricky?
Sorry.
I did, and it was at a big box store that he happens to work at. Again, we can't be bought. I'm going to just say that every time we make reference to something. But the big box store, we went there because my dad was in town, and they got to talking because he was like, hey, neighbor. And I was like, what? And then, I'm already used to it. So I was like looking around for him. And then there he is. He's like, I'm moving because my new neighbors are too loud.
Damn.
And he had been living there for a long time.
8 years.
Jeez.
Since Katrina hit, basically.
Basically, yeah. But he said that he's moving because he can't sleep because his neighbors are too, I don't know what they do
That's
upstairs.
crazy because
Doesn't he sleep during the day?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they have the same schedule as him this time. And then it turns out his youngest brother lives in Germany, where my dad lives, on the same base.
That's crazy.
I don't know
Small world.
Literally. So Ricky's connected to everyone, basically. He's all of our neighbor.
He is everyone's neighbor.
I'll bet you if you really did digging, everyone is 6 degrees separated from Ricky.
You literally found one degree of separation between you and
We should
him.
have just called the podcast 6 Degrees of Ricky or something.
Yes. Like, he's like an enigma almost.
Yeah.
I don't miss those apartments. I have 2 more days left in apartment life, and then I'm done.
Apartment living. Is everyone moved in? Is everyone okay?
Where's your stuff?
Yeah.
Is your stuff safe?
Make sure you're unpacking